All right, good morning. Happy Monday. It is 10 days out from the women's race, World Championships in Kona. And I am reminded of that every day as we just work towards getting those that are doing the Ironman World Championships since, oh my God, they have not had that race since 2019. So it is a very exciting time. Even if you're not a triathlete, you can't help but be excited about how hard people have worked to make this happen. So those of you that are doing Kona, welcome. We're going to keep things right up your alley to help prepare you. Those of you that are just preparing for life, welcome. We're going to keep doing everything we can do to prepare you. So let's go ahead and grab your foam roller. I just want to foam roll a couple of key spots, okay? So foam roller, let's hit the lower leg. We just want to always make sure that that is just in good form. We're going to windshield wiper the leg, so just flop it from the out to the in, and the position on the calf is just below the muscle. It's just at that musculotendinous joint where the muscle meets the tendon, and we're obviously kind of approximating because you have skin covering all that, and we just don't know exactly where. But you're going to start to become body aware, right? We're starting to see how that tissue is moving and what those muscles underneath and what the tendons and the connective tissue feels like. So just here, it feels nice and squishy. I've got a little bit of achiness on the outside of the calf, but nothing too crazy. I think I earned that achy by being just super active this weekend. That's always the goal too for those of us who do have day jobs, that we come back strong each week. So starting on Monday with a really good mobility session and just making sure we're getting the week off to a good start is always a good idea. So I think we've got over 60 episodes now in this playlist here on YouTube. So I know there are people, and it just blows my mind, it makes me so happy, that do 2 or 3 a week. So I'm just going to keep growing and learning and sharing. So here we are, just windshield wipering the lower leg, and then we're going to go back to the first leg and we're going to do some flossing, okay, through the ankle. So you want to have that good neurological control of the foot, and we take it for granted, and I don't want you to take it for granted. A little bit of pressure on with the foam roller, and then just high quality flexion and extension. It's funny because both directions with the lower leg, that's dorsiflexion, that's plantar flexion, both flexion. Weird. Keep going. Nice and smooth. You don't want to see any circling. Just straight back, straight up. Good. All right. Next spot I really want to foam roll is the anterior lateral part of the quad. So we're above the belly of the muscle. We're on that left side, working just below the hip bone, the top part of the quad. We're not going to go down to the belly of the muscle. I use a percussion tool or a massage gun for the belly of the muscle, the quad. It allows me to be a little bit more specific and not just mash up the quadriceps. So I'm not a big believer that pain elicits a release response. Some people are, I'm not. I don't think pain causes your body to relax. It doesn't make sense. Okay, right leg, anterior, so front side of the body, top part of that quad. And again, we're at that musculotendinous joint. That's where most of the decisions on muscle tension and muscle length are made. If anybody knows the mechanism by which muscle tension is measured or elicited, what mechanism, go ahead and put it in the comments. And if you get it right, or whoever gets it right, me and Carly will send you guys a hat, an ECFIT hat. We're getting back on the hat train. Going to be offering free hat if you buy a program, Lots of bundling of programs coming up too. So if you buy an in-season program, you're going to get an off-season program for free. Okay, knees at shoulder width. We want to take your feet just outside of your knees. That puts your hips into internal rotation. So the first movement, keep your foam roller kind of close. We're just going to push the hips back, keep the chest up, and then just come straight back up. Hips back, back up. So hips are in internal rotation because the feet are outside of the knees. We're just getting that hip hinge going. Push it back, come back up. One more, and good. All right, so from there, let's leave you with your feet outside your knees. Grab your foam roller, even if you have a short one. We're just gonna go head reps. So from right here, drop the foam roller right behind your head, and then bring it out the other side. 3, we got 5 each direction. 4, nice anchored lower body. 5, and let's go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and good. Set that foam roller to the side, and from right here, keeping us in that full kneeling position, knees soft, hips to the back. We're going to scoop the hands from the bottom into that kneeling founder. From right here, I want you to pull your chin back, lift your chest up, elbows are low, hands at chin height, and just hold on to that. Come right back out of it. So the first movement is always going to be the hip hinge. Hands into long wing, chin back, chest up, scoop from the bottom. Hold that strong. Push your fingertips together. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come right back out of that. So we're going to anchor to the fingertips. Now, next one, you're going to squeeze your inner thighs together. They're not going to move. We're going to do an isometric contraction. We're going to switch that on. We're going to anchor in. Okay, we're going to anchor the hands, anchor the legs. Ready? Hips to the back, hands by the hips, scoop from the bottom, fingertips together. Push the fingertips together, anchor in with the lower body. You might feel the sits bones start to spread apart. 5, pull that chin back. 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Okay, so while we're down here, let's go into that half kneeling position. And all we're going to do here is drop the hips to the back. Keep that lead foot on the ground, all the toes on the ground. Hips to the back. We're going to get high hamstring on that right leg if your right leg's in front. 3, 2 more. 4, keep that nice strong spine angle. If you're struggling with a little bit of posture, put both hands on your lower back. 5, and good. Same thing other side. From right here, lead foot, all the foot is on the ground. Don't let it come up, okay? Right there, hands are on your low back. Push your hips back. Working that hip hinge. 2, healthy tissue. It's the start of all things great. 3, 4, good. And then 5, awesome. Okay, go back to the foam roller. We're gonna set a standing anchor. So from right here, feet about shoulder width apart. Knees have a bias towards the midline of the body, so they're not touching, but they're in just a little bit. That puts those hips into internal rotation, which is a very good thing. Gravity is constantly pulling us into external rotation. Okay, so we've got a nice low anchor, and from right here, we're gonna do that same head wrap. We got 5 each direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Same thing other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Foam roller goes away again. Back down onto one knee. This time we keep working on that with that head wrap, that little bit of thoracic spine mobility. We're going to add that thoracic spine mobility to the same hip hinge we just did from this position. So we started here. Let's go ahead and do 3 more of those, okay? So you're half kneeling, hands are on your low back, push your hips back. 1, we're just going to do 3, 2, and yes, I'm loading just a little bit to the front right here. 2. When we load tissue, it means we're adding tension into the tissue. Same thing other side. So right here, we load the back side of the body. Here we load the front side of the body. 2. And every time the brain has to make a decision to load. Okay, let's go back to that first side. We're going to release the hands. We're going to work through some thoracic spine. So we've got the midline of the body. We're going to reach that lead hand, not way over here, not across the midline of the body, but along the midline of the body. And this is going to turn, but I want you to keep your eyes right on me. So we're just going to rotate here. Your head stays straight. Come right back. Let's go 10 of those. Push the hips back. Rotate. 2. Eyes stay straight. That keeps you from over-rotating. 3. 4. As you do this T-spine rotation, you're going to start feeling a little bit more of that lateral hip. So we're kind of unloading the exclusivity of that hamstring on the left side. So if you've got high hamstring issues and we start to mobilize and strengthen your upper back, all of a sudden that might start to lighten up a little bit because it's going to allow you to bring in your glute med to help the hamstrings a little bit in that hip extension and just knee drives all in one, okay? Same thing other side. We're coming along the midline, not across the midline. Push the hips to the back, rotate, and push the hand to the front. Keep the eyes straight. 2. You can go a little bit of palm up here with that reach hand. 3, 4, 5. See, I can see my back there. That's what we want. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. All right, let's keep working on the spine. Spread the fingertips apart. This is kind of a lazy shut down hand position. That's a strong, crazy cool hand position, right? We want tension in the hands as we go down into that quadruped position. So right here, nice and strong spine angle. We're going to tuck the tailbone, round the back into that cat and cow. So right here, strong head position. We're going cat, scaredy cat. Lift the chin into the cow. Tuck the chin, tuck the tailbone. 2, 3, 4. We're just feeding that spine movement. And 5. All right, from right here, find neutral. So if I was with you, I would try to get this part of your back just nice and flat. So we've kind of got that anterior tilt there. We've got the posterior tilt there. And we want to find right down the middle. So that will typically take a little bit of low abdominal contraction. I describe that as pulling pubic bone to belly button. All right, so pubic bone to belly button. If you're on your TT bike and you want to engage, maybe your back is getting sore, you want to balance that out by pulling and activating the front part of the body to unload the back part, which is starting to become tonic, okay? So low back pain on the bike, learn how to pull pubic bone to belly button from this flex tip position. And from right here, we're going to take the left arm and reach it under the right arm. And then come right back. And then other side. 2. Every time, spread your fingers out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is getting down into that SI joint. 8, 9, good, and 10. All right, right back to that half kneeling position. We're gonna go into that reach again. So we've already been here once. We're repeating some things today. We're just gonna keep getting better and better at stuff. That's the beauty of repetition, patience. You just keep getting better. Okay, push the hips back, reach with the arm, and we'll start adding the other arm. And with the other arm, we're gonna elbow up, right? We don't have to go way up here, but let's get that opposite elbow at the height of the shoulder. 1, and that's gonna really drive us into that lead hip. 2, 3, eyes stay forward. 4, 5, push your hips back, sit into that hamstring. 7, just load it up. 8, promotes healing, promotes circulation. 9, and 10, lets you know you're alive. All right, other side. So we're gonna go elbow up on the left side if your left knee is forward. Lead foot all the way on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, push your hips back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, good, and 10. All right, bring it up into a standing position. Shake it out just a minute. We're gonna go alternating knee grabs. A little bit of a head rush. We're working stability, so the ability to stand on one foot, and we're also working mobility through the hips and motion through, and a little bit of flexibility because we're holding in that position with something else. So right here, this would be mobility, and this would be flexibility. Because I'm no longer under the control of my brain, I'm starting to apply tension into a joint and a bunch of muscles. Okay, let's go 5 knee grabs, okay? Left foot stance. 1, same side. 2, 3, work and balance. 4, 1 more. And 5. Okay, same thing other side. You don't want to be counterbalancing with that upper body. I want you to try and hold your body nice and straight. Okay, left side. 1, 2, shoulders up. 3, 4, and 5. Okay, those of you that are by the couch, we're gonna do the couch stretch. Big quad stretch from the half kneeling position. If you need to use the wall, like I'm going to use the wall, you're going to put your foot up the wall, the knee into the ground, and the opposite foot in front. If you cannot get into this position with the flexed knee in the back, or the foot up on the couch and the knee on the floor, lower the foot in the back. So just try to get this back foot down a little bit. From right here, we got the right knee down, we're going right arm up, left knee drive. 1, in and out of that. 2, big rib cage. 3, long through the belly. 4, and 1 more. 5. And as usual, you do not want to force anything. If you can get there, go there. If it just needs to, the movement needs to be regressed just a little bit, let it. So my left side is a little tighter than my right. So this big arm reach is adding a bunch of tension into that quad. And this is not surprising to me. I broke my ankle in June, late June, and this side is still coming back to full function. Even though I'm able to run a little bit, the left side has definitely been shut off. So we're just gonna go gentle here. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And good. We'll go one more time each side. Right foot up the wall, right foot on the couch, left foot on the floor, right hand up, knee drive. This side. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Good. Same thing other side. Right there. Left side. 1, 2, 3, 4. One more. And 5. And good. All right. A little bit of hip rotation, a little bit of hip rolling. We've got the low leg sweeper. So you just opened up the hip flexor and the quad. They're teammates. When the quad gets tight, the hip flexor usually gets tight as well, and they both inhibit the glute, right? So from here, when we do this movement, I don't want you to get a big hip flexor engagement. I just want you to gently roll the hip to the side and let the leg drag across the floor. Four low leg sweepers. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Woo! All right, guys. Happy Monday mobility. We went about 20 minutes. That's every single Monday. Thanks for those of you that are still watching. Don't forget, if you know the answer to the mechanism in which muscle tension is decided, let me know what that is in the comments, and I'll send you a hat. Second thing is the Strava group, the ECFIT Strength Strava group. Follow me on Strava. It's starting to really grow nicely. Aaron Carson, ECFIT Strong. And just join the group, and we can all support and follow each other on Strava. It's going really well. I hope you feel good. If you have any questions or comments, definitely leave them in the comment box. Thanks for coming every Monday. Peace out. Next week, I'll be in Hawaii. Mobility Monday. Not live, but definitely from Hawaii. Aloha.